So this is swing states. I'm just going to walk across to the swing states to give you an idea of what exactly it is that we are talking about over here. And the point is this. All of these are swing states. Now, this is absolutely critical because there are bastions in the United States which are Republican and which are Democrat. We'll try and have that map up in a little while from now as well. But these are the swing states that we see, states which could actually go either way. In that, North Carolina is already out as a result, and that's gone, as you can see, in red, so that's gone to the Republicans. Now, these numbers that you see over here are important because the numbers actually show the vote percentage in each of these states. So in the case of North Carolina that you see over here, given the percentage of votes which have been counted so far, the Republicans have won in North Carolina. Pennsylvania, that is so very important. 50.7% of of the votes so far have gone to the Republicans, 48.3%. But there is still hope that places like Philadelphia, urban areas where there's a little bit more of the counting still to happen, Kamala Harris might catch up. But Pennsylvania, in a sense, a bellwether. And if the Democrats aren't doing well over here, it's going to be very difficult for them going forward. Let's take a look at the chances of winning graphic at this stage. The bigger picture, and it's Donald Trump at 60%, it's Kamala Harris at 39%. And if we can just have the overall map also, which shows the Republican strongholds, the Democrat strongholds, and the swing states, I'll just explain to our viewers what exactly it is that we are talking about. Not this, talking about the other large map showing all the strongholds. We'll change that, come to that in a while. But these are the states in blue where the Democrats have done well. Most of these are bastions of the Democrats in blue. They were expected to win over here. In fact, it's because the Republicans and in the areas marked red are expected to do well. And in blue that the Democrats are expected to do well, that it's just the swing states that make the big difference. Let's go back to Gauri Dwivedi at this stage. Gauri, give us again a sense of what would happen next. When would we be potentially at a stage when Trump comes and says that, look, I've won the election, or when would we be at a stage when Kamala actually concedes, or is there a sense that, look, wait, there's still a long way to go?
Well, it's difficult to say whether there's still a long way to go, but what one can put out from an electoral math point of view, Vishnu, is that if Kamala were to win, let's say Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and hold on to some of the other gains, then there is a possibility that some of this gap can be reduced. Having said that, the other important bit about Pennsylvania, I want to say, I was just going through some of the data. Parts of Pennsylvania, particularly Philadelphia, is very deeply, it has a huge representation of the African American community, 43%. But the data in Georgia is an eye-opener for the Harris campaign. 6% of the black male population in Georgia voted for Donald Trump. And if that is an indicator, then that tells you that even in a bellwether city like Philadelphia, which is so heavily there's a huge concentration of black American votes, and Pennsylvania being a bellwether state, it may not be so easy for the Harris campaign to translate traditional Democrat strongholds into electoral college votes because of how Georgian black American male voters have voted. That's an indication of why this election has been so tough to call out. But at this stage, we probably need to wait for about 2 hours more, then we can finally call and decide who will be the next president of the United States.
Now that's important. Now this is the map which I was referring to, and let's just take a look at this. Now it's a winner-take-all system in the US elections, which is why you've got a number underneath each state. The blue states are traditional bastions of the Democrats. The red states are traditional bastions of the Republicans. The states which are marked in yellow are swing states. We've been focusing extensively on that. Now, in a winner-takes-all system, if I just come up over here and try and explain to our viewers what it is that we are talking about, if you take a look at the state of California, you've got, and this has gone to Kamala Harris, incidentally, as expected, there are 54 electoral seats. The target for whoever wins the election in the US is 270. So 54 of the 270 has already gone to Kamala Harris. However, in many of the other states and wherever the results and the leads have come in, it does appear that Trump is ahead. For example, in Texas, that of course is an old stronghold of his. That's gone to him. Florida as well has gone to the Trump camp. Those are among states which he's expected to win. But it's the ones which are in yellow, which could go either way, right? Which is where Trump now appears to be doing well. So even if all the traditional blue strongholds are held by the Democrats and the Republicans hold all the red, and as I mentioned, each state has a certain number of electoral seats, so those all add up to that 270 magic mark. The total number, of course, is 538 in the US. It's these yellow states, when you start adding them up, Wisconsin 10, Michigan 15, Pennsylvania 19, North Carolina 16, and other states as well, Georgia 16, Arizona 11, Nevada 6. When you start adding these up, these electoral seats, who gets those, that's going to make that key difference. All right, Trump has won Georgia at this stage as well. So there's a change over here. This should be marked in red. It will be in a little while from now. So that's what the overall picture is in the US elections in terms of the Electoral College and what we are seeing over there. But let's give you the bigger picture now. The overall numbers that we have in terms of Trump and of Harris. Trump has a 60% chance at this stage of going to the White House. Kamala Harris at under 40%. There are 538 seats, as we have mentioned so far. So far, we've got 440 of those 538 results or leads which have been declared. The Democrats are at 210, which they've got leads or results in, and the Republicans at 230. So at this juncture, it appears that those swing states are absolutely critical. But as you can see, it's going to be difficult for Kamala Harris to actually pull ahead from here. The only way it does appear that the Democrats might win this election is if they do dramatically well in the swing states. Now, that depends entirely on the percentage of votes in. In the case of Arizona, 50% of states, of the 50% of votes in have been counted. It's neck and neck over there. Kamala Harris would need to win all of the other votes, essentially, which come in.